We've released something really cool at Keyword Insights, and actually we did it a few weeks ago, and we've released a load of cool features, but I'm just going to, in this email, show you one. It's the Workspaces. Now, if you're on a legacy platform, you will still be able to, if you're still subscribed, you'll still be able to go to our legacy, where you can just put in any old project you want. But any new subscribers, and if you want to, and I'd highly recommend you do for reasons I'll show you in a second, we now have Workspaces. And that means for each workspace is tied to a specific website or a specific client. And I'll show you the advantage of that now. So when you want to create a new workspace, obviously, just click on Create New Workspace and type in your brand and fill out everything else here. Now, the location is important because it's going to, the rank, the ranks that it pulls from and everything's going to be from that location. And I'll show you how, if you've got multiple clients with different websites, you can see the flag. So you can see this one's got an Australian one and a UK one. So you'd want to add all of them. And then when you click Next Step, you can actually add your Search Console and your connect your WordPress site. But I'll show you that in a second. What we're doing now, and what you're showing you here, we're going away and looking at the website and looking at what you do and your conversion goal. So this is the description of Keyword Insights. We've assumed what your conversion, like what you'd like to happen. And then we've talked about, we've pulled the key services here, and we've got the target audience, basically trying to work out that business context. We'll click Next Step. We're going to ask you to hook up your Search Console. You don't have to. You could skip that. I would recommend you do. There's some future updates where that's going to be super powerful. Bit of rank tracking involved, a bit of that content. Any content you produce on the platform will be tracked in Search Console, but we'll skip that for now. And now what it means, and I'm going to jump into another client, because we've got that business context. If we go to these guys as an example, well, the first thing it means is that every time I enter a new project, it's going to be super quick now, because I don't have to fill out the web address or put in the country or the location. It's already done because I did that before. But the other big pro comes when you go into something like your clustering report, because we have all that business context now. We know what your business is and what you want to do to convert. We have this new filter, strong conversion potential, or if you roll down the filters, this content priority score. So what we've done is looked at all the keywords you've uploaded, and we've given each one a priority score based on how well we think that piece will convert for you. So, you know, the higher priority should be. So like if I'm looking at these ones, these are blogs that we think will have a strong conversion potential. And what we mean by strong conversion potential, it's going to be easy enough to put a CTA in that could lead to something that converts. A good example might be if you are a steel door company, you might have a guide on what your front door says about you. It's relevant, it's topically relevant, you should write it, but it's got a poor conversion potential, so the content priority is low. But that same company might write a blog on how to choose a fire exit door. Now that's 4 or 5 that you can write that guide and really easily put a CTA through, which will then lead someone to buying a fire exit door. It's got a higher conversion potential. So this is a 3PL company, so a company that specializes in shipping and things. If I look at all the ones with a 4 and a 5, then we'll see what sort of blogs we get. Okay, cool. So if I'm looking for things like flat rate shipping or what does delivery exception mean, these are things very specific to what a 3PL business will do. Whereas if I then flip this on its head and look at ones with low conversion potential, it's just going to be really generic stuff that's topically relevant. Fastest way to mail a letter. It's really probably not relevant at all. Ending balance formula. So this is, to help you do things when you ship. How to spell fulfill, just not relevant. So it's a really good way to begin with to filter, to prioritize your content. There's a load of other cool stuff coming in, by the way, that makes these workspaces super, super powerful. But we'll go through them, and there'll be future emails because there's just a ton of new features to unpack, and I'll send a new email out every week until we've told you all the new cool stuff we've done.